You know this intersection. You've seen it countless times before on my vlog, although it hasn't usually still been light outside. It's where I wait for the 91 bus on the Circonvallazione to take me over to Viale Molise on the way to the Trattoria del Nuovo Macello. Of the half-dozen or so episodes where it's been featured on my vlog, you haven't ever seen the Nuovo Macello when it hasn't been dark. This time I got there much earlier than ever before, and Paola was putting finishing touches on the outside tables, which were new since I'd last been there in 2019. I'd never been in the dining room this early, and very few other diners were around at this hour. Plus, the larger groups had booked the outside tables. There was even time to chat for a bit with Paola's brother, Chef Giovanni Travasone, before he disappeared into the kitchen. Romina knew I wanted some bubbly right away, and a glass of Franciacorta Santa Croce arrived before I'd made my menu choices. As soon as these had been finalized, I was served a delightful amuse-bouche. 3 little spheres of a pumpkin cream with crumbled amaretti and fried capers on top, all resting on a strip of carta da musica. My antipasto was an arrestingly original beef tartare combination. In addition to the meat and some drops of reduced beef stock, there were trout eggs and thin toasted rye bread slices, along with crumbled hazelnuts and a raspberry reduction, all draped over or underneath or around leaves of frisée. What a heady and successful mix of flavors! And what a starter for what felt very much like a homecoming dinner. When Paola had revealed the day's specials to me at the beginning, I knew immediately I would be going for the fuori menù primo. I know I may be repeating myself from earlier episodes devoted to the Nuovo Macello, but their primi never fail to surprise, impress, and delight me. This time we had spaghetti with diced marinated red mullet, with the reduced red mullet broth forming the irresistible sauce at the bottom of the dish. The other ingredients you can see but might not identify were red currants, chives, horseradish, and lime. It was one of those primi I could eat for an entire meal. Romina's recommendation for the wine to accompany the pasta with its mix of fish with tart fruits and horseradish was a Gewürztraminer from the Haderburg winery in San Luan in South Tyrol between Bolzano and Trento. As always, Romina was right with her recommendation, and I enjoyed the Gewürztraminer so much that I continued with it for my secondo, which was another marriage of fish and fruit flavors. Ricciola al cartoccio. Al cartoccio being what is called en papillote in many other countries, or baked wrapped in parchment paper. It's unbeatable for sealing in the flavors of fish and keeping the fish juicy at the same time. Ricciola is amberjack. At Nuovo Macello, I'd had it years before in a fabulous raw version for an antipasto. This time it was resting in a shallow pond of kiwi extract and cuttlefish ink. On top were julienne frigitelli, the sweet green peppers of southern Italy. On to dessert. I actually had 2 of these, one of which was on the house, as I was having trouble making my choice between the 2 finalists. This was a variation on an all-lemon dessert I'd had here a few years ago. Cream of Amalfi lemons, limoncello foam, lemon-flavored caramel, and meringue. While it appears visually somewhat monochromatic on the plate, for the palate it was heaven for someone like me who adores lemons, and each texture was an exaltation of the fruit. So what was my actual first choice? Chef Travasone's deconstructed tiramisu. All the familiar flavor components, yet infinitely lighter and more intense at the same time. Torta Paradiso as the base, and no, I'm not going to tell you how that is made, coffee granita, mascarpone cream, and a crushed cocoa wafer on the top. Much as I like tiramisu anyway, this was the unbeatable advanced update. Romina knew what I should drink with my desserts, and as I said before, she's always right. A ricciotto di gambellara from Cavazza in Montebello Vicentino, just southwest of Vicenza. It was made from 100% Garganega grapes, but what you really want to know is that it was liquid nirvana. After I'd eaten both desserts, and the 2 chocolate truffles served as a post-dessert, only one left pictured here, I savored this dessert wine while I mellowed even further. What a joy to be back at the Nuovo Macello after 2 years' absence.